Our next segment is celebrating the Indigenous history of this province. So we're joined by Michaella Shannon, who's rounded up beautiful jewelry made by local Indigenous artists in Ontario. But before we get to those beautiful pieces, we'd like to start with a land acknowledgement.
Yes, in special times of gatherings and different events, Indigenous people often begin with a land acknowledgement, referencing the land in which we live and reside, which is the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. Such as them, we are guests on this territory, and we share an obligation to honor, respect, and sustain this land.
Thank you for that. And that is information we should always keep in our minds. You're going to start with Delica Estelle Designs. So what do we have from this design house?
Yes, so I have this beautiful cuff. So Stephanie is what she goes by. She is from Mukwemacong on Manitoulin Island, and she is known for her statement pieces, her custom statement pieces. And I actually had her do a custom matching cuff and earrings. And she does contemporary beadwork, contemporary styles, but still beading with a traditional method. There's some porcupine quills incorporated here on the cuff. And, you know, she started beading in 2014, and she started beading to connect more with her culture, as it's still a learning journey for her.
Oh, I love that. Gorgeous pieces. And I love that you can get them all sort of coordinated. The next pieces you have to show us are by Inukshik Jewelry. And I love that this brand was founded by two sisters who are actually still full-time students. My goodness.
They are. There is a photo of one of the twins here. So they are only 22 years old, and they're still in school for fashion and business. And they hand bead and handcraft all of their pieces. So there are some beaded florals here. There's also a set of clay florals, which are one of their most popular pieces, and they're all handmade. They just started their brand, so I really had to show my support for them.
And you're doing that in a great way by showing these pieces here on Cityline. I love this. Many people are going to get tapped into them now. Next up are pieces by Inukshik. Love that name, which incorporate traditional Inuit design. Very good. Tell us about them.
Yes, so Marta Kayak is from Pond Inlet, Nunavut, and she incorporates a lot of Inuit traditional designs with a contemporary style as well. I have the beautiful Hannah Sewell here from Batchewana First Nation modeling one of her most popular seal fringe necklaces. I just wanted to touch a little bit on the use of seal in her culture. There's a large misconception that seals are going extinct, and this is just not the case. There's, in fact, an overpopulation in some areas, and seal is one of their main food sources. And, you know, this is a very respected animal in their culture, and no part of the seal ever goes to waste.
I really appreciate you breaking that down because I think there is a lot of confusion, and there are a lot of people that might think it is controversial, but I think it's important in this moment that we be learning about what Indigenous traditions are all about. So I appreciate you bringing those pieces. Now, the next designer you've brought for us today is Bruno Henry, a Six Nations artist who I understand uses very old traditional ways to create his pieces.
He actually makes evening gowns, dresses out of hide. He uses traditional materials like deer hide, moose hide, and antlers, and sweetgrass, actually. He is an amazing artist. As you can see, the lotus flowers and the MMIW handprints.
Absolutely gorgeous. And the last designer we're going to talk about right now is called Mad Auntie, which I love. We should have a Mad Auntie.
I know.
They're our favorites. So the pieces are fun, they're bold, and at the same time doing something really important for the Cree language. Tell us about them.
So Joy T. Arkand is the artist, and her brand is Mad Auntie. And, you know, she created her artwork in an effort to share her humor and revitalize the Cree and syllabic languages, which is so important because the syllabic languages are lost. So, example, we have these acrylic, gold, funky, bold earrings here, and these are syllabics, and they say awas in Cree. And awas in Cree means go away. I don't want to talk to you. So it's kind of sassy. It's kind of like, it's very humorous. One of my favorite pieces. And then we also have this beautiful gold nameplate here. It says Kiem, which is one of my favorite words and sayings to use because it means just let it go. Just Kiem. Just never mind.
Thank you, Michaella. Stunning pieces.